The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and brought to you by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Farmers Bank and Capital Trust, Kentucky Utilities, Pannell Swim Shop, P-Rats, PrepSpin.com, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
And welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. We thank you for joining us. Gary Ball with Rick Pannell. And Rick, another great 30 minutes of high school sports. First up, the GRC Cardinals are in the house. Coach Josh Cook. What a great job he's done over there in his first season as the head coach there.
You know, he left Mercer County, did a great job last year, took them to the state tournament, and now he's 19-10 with GRC.
Won 33 games last year with Mercer County. Not bad at all.
It's impressive.
And our scholar athletes are from Lafayette. Coach Green does such a great job over there with the Lafayette Wrestling program. We've got 3 of his great wrestlers are also doing great things in the classroom there at Lafayette.
You know, they are. They're smart students, and, you know, most importantly, these guys are tough.
And let's don't forget, hey, Lil P, he's going one-on-one. Who's he going one-on-one with this week?
He is squaring off over at Lexington Catholic tomorrow night.
With Luke Johnson.
That's very possible.
Hey, and tell him to watch out for Luke's left hand. He's really good with that left hand.
Okay.
Luke Johnson. So we'll have that Lil P feature as well. And another Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week as we head down to Nicholasville to Sutherland Chevrolet. And tell us about your great swimmer you brought in this week.
You know, I'm so excited about her. She is, boy, she's got it going. She's a 4.1 student in the classroom, going to the state swim meet for the 5th year in a row.
Right. That's Miss Abby Thompson, right?
Abby Thompson, Madison Central.
And I believe one of her coaches is in with her as well.
Coach Elisa Henderson here as well. So I'm excited to get them and ask them some questions.
Our UK Sports Medicine segment, we're going one-on-one with Haley Mills. She was with us last week. This week we're going to talk about shoulders again with Haley Mills there from UK Sports Medicine. But let's get to the best highlights in the state of Kentucky. We call it Game Time with Lee K. Howard, Brian Milam. These highlights brought to you by P-Rats. Think outside the corporate black box.
Earlier this week, Dunbar's Tavion Hollingsworth broke the record for Lexington scoring. He surpassed Mike Allen, who's now currently the boys basketball coach at Tate's Creek. And it just so happens there's another kid tonight trying to break a record against Mike Allen's Commodores.
How about that? At least this one doesn't belong to Allen. We're talking about Johnson Central's Mason Blair. Blair needs only 1 3 to set the state record for most threes in a season. But it's the Creek coming out hot from the outside early. Isaiah Allen good from deep. That's followed by Amari Taylor from distance. That one's good. But then Blair, what's he going to do right here? First shot attempt. It's the record breaker, 146 three-pointers in a season, surpassing former Tollsboro star Chris Harrison's mark. And Blair wasn't done. He goes for 45 tonight. Congratulations to him. He leads Johnson Central to a 90-81 win over Tate's Creek.
Welcome back into our Team of the Week from Mercer County. I want to thank Bob Roberts Insurance out in Richmond, Kentucky on Main Street. They've been in business for over 40 years, Joe and John Roberts. Played at Madison Central for Coach Feldhouse, and now they're sponsoring high school sports. Coach Cook is with us, and Coach, you've done such a great job there at GRC, 19 wins this year. Now that you've had time, well, you got the one regular season game left with Henry Clay Thursday night, but beyond that, you've had a whole season look back. How would you describe your transition from Mercer to GRC?
Well, first off, when you have good kids that really want to get better, they've made my job a lot easier. They've been very open to a new system and a new coaching staff. Our kids really sell out to just giving their best effort every day, and transition when you have kids like these guys that sell out to it, it gets better every day, and I feel like we've definitely accomplished a lot, and just hoping that our guys can really put forth a really good effort here next few weeks and see what we can do.
Coach, you've got a young team here. What kind of improvement have you seen in these 3 players along the way?
Just maturity and leadership. Handling adversity, understanding the next play mentality, and also, just really sacrificing for the teammates. We express that every day, and these guys are kind of learning that ideal and that value of definitely being there for each other and just playing their best basketball for the team.
You know what I'm looking at when I'm looking at the highlights right there, Coach? I see some good ball movement, some good passing, and some good defense. I like that trap you put on there right there.
Well, I appreciate that. That means we're doing a couple things right. We definitely want to share the basketball. We try to average around 20 assists a game, and defense is probably one of our strengths. When we sit out on guard, I think we're a pretty good basketball team.
Jordan, you're a big scorer in the team. I've seen you all play, so I know what you're capable of. I think you had 20-some points in one game I saw at the Catholic tournament. So you provide leadership by example, yet you're only a sophomore. So congratulations for that. How have you seen the progression of this team up to this point?
Well, we're just really mature. We don't have any seniors, so we've all had to step up.
They've done a good job of that.
Yes, sir.
Ryan, how about yourself? What do you think is your role in this ball club?
Well, I like to step up and knock down some shots. I try my best to give a good effort on defense, although I'm not necessarily laterally gifted, I guess.
I like
Just
that.
say laterally challenged.
Yeah,
I got you.
But usually I'm a pretty good scorer, I guess.
So you got to do it all.
He's a smart defender. He does a great job
I like
being
that.
a smart defender.
I like that.
And Willis, let's turn to you now. When Jordan isn't scoring, or when he is scoring out, does that take some of the pressure off you? And what do you bring to the court every night, you think?
I think that does take a lot of pressure off me. When Jordan's scoring, the flow of the game is it's good. And I'm pretty good at rebounding.
Right.
And yeah.
I'd tell you one thing he brings every night to the game is his lunch pail, doesn't he, Coach?
Yeah, he's a hard worker. He averages around 10 rebounds a game, and I don't think you're going to find a harder worker in the 10th region than Will Philpott.
Coach, the 40th district action starting up next week. So do you feel like your team's ready, or do you wish you had a little bit more time to get them ready?
No, you always, as a coach, you're always going to second guess some things. You would want some more time, but I feel like our guys are ready. They're, the effort's there and the want to's there, and that's the most important thing. And you can tell, we're a young basketball team, but they want to compete. They want to make some noise. We don't want to wait till next year. They keep saying their time is now, and we just want to go out and play our best basketball and see what we can do.
And you've played 30 games, so you've got a lot of games under your belt now to kind of gel as a team and learn the Josh Cook system and everything.
Yeah, and we've played some good teams too, and we've handled some, definitely some tough situations, and our guys have responded very well and made themselves better.
Well, we thank you for coming out, Coach. You've done a great job there, and guys, good job there at GRC, and good luck in the tournaments coming up.
Thank you.
That's the Cardinals of George Rogers Clark, and now we're going to this feature with Little P as he goes one-on-one with Luke Johnson of Lexington Catholic.
Hey guys, Parker Pannell here from the Scholastic Ball Report, and today I'm with one of the top basketball players in the state of Kentucky, and he's Luke Johnson from Lexington Catholic High School. Alright Luke, so I have a few questions for you. My first one is, I've seen you play and I've noticed you can go both left and right, but how did you learn all these skills?
Well, I've always been right-handed, and I ride right-handed and I throw a baseball right-handed, but I just started at a young age just shooting the ball left-handed, so really I'm right-handed, but shooting right has helped me go left, so I kind of ambidextrous, so I kind of go both ways.
Nice. Alright, here's my next question. It is, the 43rd district is coming up very soon, but how ready do you think you and Lexington Catholic will be playing?
I think we're very ready. Last year we got knocked out the first round of the tournament, but this year we're lucky enough to have the 1 seed, so we'll play the winner of Tates Creek and Lafayette, and I think we're preparing well for both of them. Lafayette, obviously, we have a chip on our shoulder with them since they beat us last year, but either way, I think we're really ready and we have a chance to go far.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, so here's my next question. It is, I know you'll be playing at the next level, but what colleges are you thinking about going to?
So I signed a couple months ago to Loyola, Maryland. So I had a couple other looking at me, but I just felt like it was the right decision for me. So I really am looking forward to going.
Nice. All right, so here's my last and favorite question. What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Probably mint chocolate chip. That's usually my go-to when I go out.
I like the mocha chip. That's my favorite.
That's good too. I like that.
All right, Luke. Well, thank you for joining us here on the Scholastic Ball Report, and I hope you have a great rest of the season.
Appreciate it.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
See you later.
Welcome back into our most popular segment on the Scholastic Ball Report, because it highlights young men that are not only doing great things, on the mats, or in the fields, whatever. They're also doing great in the classroom. So let's start with Justin here. He's a wrestler. You made state, so good luck at the state tournament this weekend at All-Tech. What is it about wrestling, Justin, that carries over to other parts of your, class and just achievement in general?
Well, the hard work that you have to do in wrestling to be successful is something that you can't match in any other sport, in my opinion. So, they say once you've wrestled, everything else in life is easy, and I think that holds true to schoolwork as well.
I would agree with that.
And Kevin, is it hard to keep your grades up with the crazy practice schedule and the diet concerns of wrestling?
No, Coach Green always said that student athlete, so we always had to have our grades up first, and then so we could wrestle. So, he always pushed us, be like, make sure your grades are good, and that always helped me, with everything, so I never had to really worry about my grades.
Yeah, that is why they call it student athlete. You're a student first, athlete second.
You can't wrestle if you don't have bad grades.
Exactly right. Let's go to the big fella here, Mr. Boggs. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing
wonderful. I don't know if I'd
want
to get on the mat with you. You look like you'd be pretty good out there. Tell us what motivates you in class and when you're out there wrestling on the mats.
Well, I just sit there and try to better myself every single day, every single time I get on the mat. And then I have my coaches, my family, and my friends to help me push along and get better in school and out on the mat.
And Coach, tell us a little bit about these young men and why you love coaching them and the rest of your team.
Well, I think that I'm blessed to have these guys. They're hard workers. I got Justin, who's my senior, going out right now. He's been a leader for me, Kevin as well, and then we're getting Mason, trying to put him into the mix of things. But again, I just feel as though I'm blessed to have them. And when I look at that of the team, everybody can't come out for wrestling. Not too many people would come out for wrestling. And those of them that do, I know that they're out there for a reason. So if they come out there, then we're doing something.
And Justin, you mentioned you're a senior. Since 6th grade you've been doing this, right?
Yes, sir.
So what goals did you set as a senior this year? And then what do you think about reaching down the road, what you might want to do?
I think every wrestler in high school has always wanted to be a state champ, and that's been my goal since I started wrestling. And I haven't achieved it yet. Last year I got 3rd, and this year I'm eager to go after that state title.
I bet you got a good shot.
So I got the best draw I could have hoped for.
And Kevin, what do you love most about wrestling and high school sports in general?
The struggle you have to go through, like when you first start, to achieve what you want to achieve. Like a lot of people quit, but those who are truly successful, like they go through the worst things possible, but it all pays out at the end.
Just takes dedication.
Yeah.
What about you, Mason? What are your goals, your long-term goals? I know you're only a junior, so.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to, since this is my first time making it to state, I want to try to place this year and next year ultimately get first.
As Coach knows, Coach Green, you do such a good job. All three of you young men will get a plaque. Pass that down there, Justin. And each one of you get a plaque. That's from Crown Trophy. Take that over there, and Ryan will personalize that for them, put their name and school in there for free. And Coach, you keep up the great work you do there. And gentlemen, thank you for coming on, and good luck at the state this weekend at All-Tech Arena. Matter of fact, it's still going on today as we air this show. That's the scholars from Lafayette Wrestling. Now we're going to the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week as we head down to Nicholasville.
Let's take a look at our Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week, and in this case, it's Drives of the Week, all coming from Mercer County. Sagan Robbins, the pass ahead to Lyric Houston, and then Robbins decides to do it herself, and she gets fouled, would complete the three-point play. Later in the second half against Southwestern, it's going to be Houston doing the honors herself. Off the inbounds, goes all the way in for the layup, and those are our Sutherland Chevrolet Drives of the Week.
Hello and welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report. I'm Rick Pannell, and I'm here with Parker Pannell, Little P as we call him.
Yep.
And I am really excited about the guest we have here this evening. We've got Abby Thompson from Madison Central High School. She's a senior with a 4.1 GPA, and she's here with her coach, Alicia Henderson. And this is her first year coaching down at Madison Central. I want to start off with you, Abby. Wow. I mean, I was just talking to your mom off the air here. I mean, this is a big deal. This is your 5th state championships. You've been going down to the University of Louisville since the 8th grade.
Yes.
And that's quite impressive. So tell us, what's that feeling, that emotion's going to be when you get down there and step on the blocks at the University of Louisville?
Overwhelming, probably. It is my last time, and I'm not swimming in college, so just the feeling of finally being done with this chapter of my life and moving on to something new. It'll be a pretty amazing feeling. I love my team this year. I love my coaches, so I'm super excited to see what state has in store.
That's great.
All right, Abby, so you have a 4.1 GPA, but how are you able to keep up with your schoolwork while swimming 5 to 6 days a week?
Well, time management has definitely been one of the biggest, I guess, life lessons that I've learned through swimming, with balancing friends and school and swimming, practicing 6 days a week.
It's a lot going on, isn't it?
Crazy,
It really is. Coach, tell us about Abby. What does she mean to your program?
She's meant a lot to the program, as you already mentioned. She's gone to state for 5 years. She holds the record for 100 backs since 8th grade. She just broke it again this past weekend at Region. And going into state, we're trying to beat a record from 2011, and she'll lead off the relay for our medley relay next weekend.
You know, that's impressive. I tell you what, I can't thank y'all enough for coming on the show. And best of luck to you at the state championships next weekend. Congratulations, Coach. And right now, we're going to toss it to UK Sports Medicine.
Welcome back into our UK Sports Medicine segment for the second week now. Haley Mills, glad to have you back. You made your debut last week, and you're back this week. And you gave us some really good information last week on shoulder injuries. Now, Miss Elizabeth, we're going to talk about how you can strengthen those shoulders.
So what are some ways that you can really maintain your shoulder health?
So maintaining shoulder health is very important, especially for athletes or anybody with a job that they have to be active in. It's very important. We're in a day and age right now where a lot of people have the forward shoulders, even myself. I'm trying to keep myself up. But when you're at a desk all day working and typing or hunched over at class all day, it's really hard to keep your shoulders back. And so what we want to do is work on their scapular stabilizers. So that's what's going to keep that scapula pulled back, give you really nice posture. And a lot of people are very weak there. And so anytime we can be working on those scapular stabilizers is very important, or any rotator cuff strengthening. Those are our two big things that we're always working around with people with shoulder injuries. There's the rotator cuff and any of those scapular stabilizers.
And you gave us a good graphic or picture. We're going to take a look at that.
Yeah.
Explain to us what we're doing.
So that's the doorway stretch that is really good for opening up those shoulders. Like I said, a lot of people are forward shouldered. So any way you can get in a doorway and kind of open and stretch those pec minors, because they're going to be shortened.
I never thought of using the doorway for that.
Yeah, it's really good. You can just kind of lean into it, and you'll really feel a great stretch with those.
And I think we've got another one, another shoulder strengthening on the side there.
So this is the great sleeper stretch. So this is going to hit your internal rotation, which a lot of people are lacking, especially in the athletic population. And you just lay down on your side right there. You can see the start position, and then you just lightly press down into internal rotation. That's going to help you out. And so that's also a really great stretch to do to help.
Great stuff, Haley. Thank you very much. And, of course, they've got the walk-in clinic. We'll put up their website with their phone number, UK Sports Medicine. If you want to stay in the game, Haley, as I always say, be with UK Sports Medicine.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Haley Mills from UK Sports Medicine. Now we're going to these final highlights. The highlights brought to you by PrepSpin and getting ready for the district and region basketball tournaments on PrepSpin.
Just around the corner at Lexington Catholic, the Knights battling Wayne County. Rodney Woods and company in town. The Cards, Cameron Gehring finds Aubrey Weaver on the break. Nice finish right there. Final ticks of the first quarter. Blake Scott. This kid can shoot. He's almost 50% from downtown. That one was from Clays Mill. Knights by 12. Then Max Sparkman feeds Bryce Scott inside. Nice moves. Here come the Knights running in transition. Javen Harden, the dime to Luke Johnson. Johnson had a mere 42 tonight on senior night. More than half of the Knights' points, 81-62.
And back in on the show. Thanks to all of our great guests from GRC. Josh Cook, what a great job he's done over there at GRC with Clark County and coming over from Mercer County.
You know, he's done a great job, and he's going to have that team ready for tournament.
Absolutely. And how about Henry Clay? What do you expect from them in the tournament?
They're a mediocre team right now. Hopefully we can make the next step.
And in a very tough district with Scott County and Bryan Station and Sayre, who's good this year.
Yeah.
How about Luke Johnson? He was looking forward to you coming out there. He told me, I'm looking forward to going on one-on-one with Little P.
Sure was. Very talented player, but I mean, Little P's got some moves up his sleeve. I mean.
That's right. And we'll have some more great, the swimming championships are next week. As always, on the Scholastic Ball Report. For those you see and those you don't see.
Keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and brought to you by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Farmers Bank and Capital Trust, Kentucky Utilities, Pannell Swim Shop, P-Rats, PrepSpin.com, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.